Your View. Thanks for staying with us. It's Thursday, so we talk family life issues. So today, we're still reveling in the shock since the news of the Nollywood actress Mercy Aigbe's Gentry alleged domestic violence case. It's not clear what the real situation is between both parties, as they have been silent on the matter recently. But the truth is, I don't want us to draw in the dagger, because a woman is hurting right now, and she's like a sister, and we're not trying to make it worse. But it's important that in every situation, we take learnings from it, understand what happened, see what could have been done differently, and hopefully advise other women out there to see how we can actually, how to prevent in this kind of situation, to where you don't find yourself in this kind of situation. So let's start from when the news broke out. What was your reaction? Who wants to go first? What happened? What did you hear? Yeah, go ahead.
I saw on Instagram,
right.
She had put up a picture saying, she put up the picture of a battered woman's face,
right.
saying that, say no to domestic violence, men who hit women are cowards, do not hit. There were allegations that her husband almost immediately now put up a post
Can
on
I ask you a
his...
question, please? Was it her own picture she put?
Yeah, her picture.
Another person?
No,
it
it
was
was
an Indian woman.
Yes,
Okay.
it was Indian, an Asian.
Okay.
It wasn't her own picture.
Okay.
Her husband now put up a picture on Instagram saying no to promiscuous
Right.
women. Right. He pulled it down almost immediately, because I never saw,
Right.
that post.
Let me pause it for a quick second. I forgot to get our viewers involved. You can call us on 07080668014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Continue, Jumake.
Not long after, pictures of her battered came out on social media. People didn't believe the picture, because it looked like she was beaten black and blue. Actually, it looked like maybe a movie scene.
Right.
So people didn't believe. And then almost immediately, stories now started coming out of how she had endured domestic violence for years in her marriage, how her husband was dating a family friend,
right.
and that was how they got into a fight. Her husband immediately denied it and said that if he had been battering her like that for 7 years of their marriage, would she have stayed? Now, stories came out of that. What did she expect? Her husband was married before to an actress, Bimbo, and that it was because of Mercy that Bimbo left the man, Gentry. You know, that you, what was the word? You betrayed another actress. So what did you expect from that man? Anyway, Lagos State, hearing the case, has waded into it. And the matter is now in court. They're asking for separation.
Right.
They're wading the Lagos State domestic and sexual violence department is wading into it.
Okay, so yes, Nima, would you want to say your thoughts on this?
Yes, very, very sad case, because I wouldn't support domestic violence, but there's certain instances where you'd want to hold the case for the other person. Now, and I also read online where the man posted on his Instagram, I think his Twitter handle, that say no to promiscuity.
Yes.
And you know, that raises questions of what could have happened, what could have encouraged such a thing. Was it a provocation? Was he reacting to something? What happened in that marriage? You know, I have seen instances where there are abuses of, where women, most times now, women abuse this issue of domestic violence. Anytime you have an issue in marriage, you don't want to talk about your side. You just come out and say, okay, look at my face, I've been battered. Nobody knows what led to it, but everybody would automatically react because
I agree,
you have
the issue of domestic violence, people using that as an excuse. But do you feel, I throw that question to everybody, that because a woman is probably promiscuous, it gives the rights to a partner to...
Does she deserve to be beaten?
To be beaten because of that. Do you think that's enough justification for an African man mentality? Because abroad there's this, okay, let's discuss this.
No.
But in the African mentality, yes.
Let me correct you.
Right.
In France,
right.
You can kill your wife if you can prove that she was promiscuous.
Aha!
In France, it is called crime of passion.
Yes.
So, when you are saying in the Western world, I'm telling you about France. That one I know.
And it's Western.
And it's Western.
Okay.
Now,
the point. Okay, go ahead.
You can kill your husband too. Crime of passion.
Thank you.
Right.
It's crime of passion. They call it. So now, for me, if I want to cheat, I will leave my husband's house. Je. because I know that I can't keep it for only him. And there is this thing about pride for men.
Right.
That why will I think I'm riding a horse? Well, I thought I was riding a horse, but I found out I was riding a cockroach.
No baton.
That is how the man will feel. That he was my wife, and when he got to the place, about 3 or 4 of the people there were sleeping with his wife.
Okay, wait, let me put this angle.
Now you can imagine when he finds out how he will react. I'm not a man.
Right.
I'm a woman.
Okay.
If it happens to me as a woman,
But you see,
the man.
YK, let me see.
God save.
There was a video I saw, YK,
You hear it.
of Same Mercy. I think it was 2003, where she was sitting there with her husband, and they're trying to discredit some allegation that she was cheating on her husband from a hotel room or something like that. And herself and her husband were sitting down together, and she was trying to tell the viewers all that happened, and her husband was corroborating her story, saying that it was people out there trying to make her look as though she was cheating on her husband. That was 2003. Now, could it be that these same people are feeding this man stories on
2003 or 2013?
2013. Sorry about 2013. Thanks for correcting me. Yeah. So is it possible that these same people are there feeding this man stories of infidelity? And you know how men can get? All they need to hear it, even if the slight news of that, and suddenly they take action. But let me let you get in here, madam.
You see, sadly, I was in Osun State when I saw that picture. Like every other person, I also thought that it was a movie scene until I got back to Lagos and my sister was showing me. And normally I would not do that, but because I know Mercy Aigbe, I called her up, and thankfully she took my call, you know, and she was explaining that this particular incident, it wasn't even about infidelity, that in the home, I think, first of all, we need to understand that situation, that scenario, for a man to beat somebody to a pulp, there is serious anger management issues that needs to be dealt with.
Right.
You understand? So she said this particular scenario, the Okwe lady that she had celebrated the girl, I think a week before that particular day, on Instagram, celebrating her, that she had caught them before, like she suspected that they were having an affair with her husband. She confronted them, they both denied it, of course. But this time around, you know, she was on a call on her husband's phone, and the husband, a call was coming in, and it was the Okwe. So she ended that call and picked the call. As soon as the girl heard her voice, she dropped it. So she asked him, I thought you said you're not dating this lady anymore. She, you know, because as from her own story, at every little point in time, he flips.
Right.
So she's careful not to even talk, you know. So she even has, you know, what's it called? Witnesses. He's beating her in her place of work. He's beating, you know, even her PA, you know. So he has anger management issues. So she went to her tailors, and that night he went and met her there and beat her to a pulp. It took the security, you know, to come and, you know, restrain the man.
Right.
So the reason, because she was saying to me that she had not even opened her business, because normally he would go there, break things and all that. The reason she just opened, I think on Monday, was because she had gotten a restraining order. Now, she was the one that went to Lagos State government to report the case. And she said that the only reason she's reporting this case is that a lot of people, because they are celebrities, or they, you know, they go through and suffer domestic violence without speaking up. The issue she has right now is that if he is willing to go into, what's it called, anger management or therapy, then maybe. So she's not asking for a divorce. She's just asking for what is right. And I told her something. I said, okay, what about the accusations of you having an affair and all that? Well, that part I don't even understand. But I don't think, you know.
What did she say now?
She said she doesn't understand.
She does. I don't think she has. That is the issue. You understand? Because she just said that was not the issue.
Okay. I wanted to ask a question about, was this the first time he was beating her?
No.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for that question, but let me let you.
Because today, I was listening to some people discussing Mercy Aigbe, and they're like that. There are many actresses like that you married the wrong person for whatever reasons, money or his whatever, you know, that rather than go with a small boy that loves you, that, you know, you go with a man who, I don't know. Look, there are many angles to this particular situation.
And wait,
only God knows the truth.
And Jumoke, nobody should be judged for marrying a rich person. If that's what you want.
No.
Right.
Mariah, if you marry a rich person
right.
that has a tendency, anger management, that you mentioned, that she recognized,
right.
to beat you, if he starts to beat you, should you shout?
Okay.
Of course,
Okay.
you have to
You
talk.
they have to wait. Now it comes to the package sometimes. When you marry rich people, now maybe she should know how to manage that kind of anger. Then you have to calm down because you're already a messy up here. So it's for people like that. There's a strategy for how to marry them. You calm all the way down. Now,
Which is what she said
and
she
she
does.
has done, right?
You know that, I mean, if you are somewhere and you already know that this is where the angle is going, because I was speaking to my husband, I said, Mr. Sally, because let us assume that it is infidelity, that she's cheating on him. I said, Oga, if tomorrow now you catch me that I'm cheating on you, would you beat me to a pub? And he said one thing which I think is profound, that ideally it is what is innate inside of a person that would show. Because he does not have that inside of him, it might not come out. But if you understand that this person is, if you understand that this person is the violent, because I don't see any justification for you to beat me to the pub.
Let me see.
Let me argue the fact that she had to calm down. In 7 years, did her career stop?
No.
She continued to excel.
Yes.
He has anger issues, he flips.
Yes.
That's where we have to be careful here. Whenever there are issues of domestic violence, a woman now plays the card well. I don't want to play to the gallery. I don't want to seem sentimental on this issue.
Right.
Because we've not heard the man's side and we must try to balance things out. Now, in the course of these 7 years, she excelled. She had come out at some point in time to say no, and he also, supported her to say no. She did not have any issue of adultery. This was a mistake. People were feeding me. They had done some PR in the past. These people are together. So all of a sudden now, there's a very, very, very strong case of domestic violence.
Let me quickly give you the man's side because you said you have not
because
heard.
I was going to.
Go ahead, YK.
No, she wants you to mention his side, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, continue because I was going to talk
So
about.
he said that most men wouldn't tolerate what he has passed through for 7 years being Mercy Aigbe's husband. And I quote him, "Would she have been in my house for 7 years if I beat her? I don't know why she pulled up such a picture stunt, but I know the person that rented the house for her and the pictures and all are just stunts to paint me bad and gain sympathy. You know where Mercy was before I married her in 7 years. I think I've tried, but she has other ideas and most of the things that I take from her, most men wouldn't take it. And I hope she won't allow me to talk if she keeps smearing my name."
Okay, let's take a break on that. When we come back, we'll take your calls on tweets. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So people have been commenting on this. I mean, obviously, people say things to the left or to the right on this issue. I know there was a comment you read, which
there are these comments I read on this morning because I heard about it for the first time because you know me, I don't do the gossip. Like, So she had said this blog had said the guy's business had failed and he didn't have the kind of money she had when he first married her, and she was traveling several times a year, business class, 3 million, and she would say she was in China. One of the latest ones that he said 6 hours ago, that's it. She would say she's going to China for her business. She will be in Dubai with a man. Yeah, read it. Go and Google it. You will see it.
But we can't confirm that. So
we can't. I said I only read it.
Let's just assume.
We can't But okay. You know what?
This is his own story.
You're right.
And the story of another. There are two stories I read.
Yes.
One from him, and then one from another. They even accused the guy. This one I read said the girl Okpe Mititi.
Yes, Okpe me. Yes.
They called that girl too in this one that I read that.
Okay. So as I said, Mercy is hurting somehow in this situation. So let's not physically and even mentally. But I think it's important for us to put her aside for a second and go back to the issue of domestic violence versus infidelity. Now, let's just say for the sake of argument, she was unfaithful. If indeed there was a Dubai trip where she went with a man, if indeed status changed and she wanted to maintain a lifestyle that she was used to when she got married to this person, these things have happened. Does that justify him beating her to the point that we saw
almost
on
death.
camera? That's the issue, because we understand the anger management, but should a man do that? Yes, YK.
Can I talk? I don't, domestic violence to me is a no-no.
Very wrong.
Very wrong. But you do not know how you will react. If you enter your house now and you catch Mr. Brown on top
Pumping
of
somebody.
your house girl,
Ewo.
you don't know. God forbid.
Even YK.
Let me finish. You don't know how you will react. Nobody knows. That's why they say never say never. Just say it's not in my spirit to do that. When you are confronted with a situation, you don't know how you will react.
Okay,
And that is why
I'll pause you
even
for a
in
second. Can I
law,
pause you for a quick second? I'll take Teniola. Teniola, are you there for me, Lauren?
Yeah, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Please go ahead. I'll come to Nima. You're live.
Hello?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. I'm just trying to weigh in on the topic that you're discussing presently. Hello?
We can hear you very clearly. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you said does cheating justify domestic abuse? In all ramifications, I don't think cheating will justify domestic abuse in all ways. Because, okay, talking from Mrs. Nema's angle, I think she's not treating the topic as expected. Okay. You hearing she's expecting Mr. Gentry, Larry Gentry, to talk or something like that. Yeah, that's permissible.
Okay. Thank you,
But
Teniola.
all things point to the fact that this lady has always been battered, been beaten some time ago. I think you said 2013. I read it on Linda, something like that, and SGK brought it up around 2013.
Which you denied, right?
Yeah.
She denied. Okay.
Yeah, they both denied it, and I think that's just like they are trying to like control everything. Then, but presently, I think the Mercy thinks she can just like. I feel. Anyways,
thank you very much, Teniola, for your point. Let me let Nima come in here.
now, even our laws here, our criminal code, for instance, understands the place of provocation and where it leads to assault. If this man has probably been fed lies, like you said, but walks into a situation of real adultery,
Infidelity.
what do you think the reaction will be? He has a defense enough to mitigate whatever punishment is due for that battery that normally if it was intentional. Now, we cannot continue to say that it doesn't excuse domestic violence. We know that we shouldn't encourage it.
Yes.
But we shouldn't also encourage a situation and say, okay, even if it happen, let's say it as it is. Do not commit adultery, and you too provoked. That's the way we should say it.
If you want,
because
you want to sleep around your husband's house,
move out of the
back
house.
out. That defense was a well thought out defense. It didn't just happen on us.
I'm happy you mentioned something that, walking into the act. In this particular scenario, there was no walking into any act.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, during the 2015 general elections, when we were sitting here talking, do you know how many people accused us? Accused me rather of adultery, accused me of, based on what they see. We should also.
They accused you?
Of course now. That me, I'm sleeping with, of course you know them. The thing is, you cannot say.
Once you are yellow, you are sleeping
you understand?
around.
Once you are light skinned,
Once you are
you
yellow.
are attractive, you are sleeping around.
Right.
Is she light
Anybody
skinned?
that sees me now,
Yes.
of course she's light skinned. Anybody that sees me now, they'll say I'm sleeping around.
Right.
So would you as a man allow your mind to be fed with nonsense? That's number one. Even if the woman is cheating, Nima, you carry her head, you break it on the wall, so you want to kill her.
Don't call me
no,
man.
because-
You are talking like I support
No,
domestic
you're
violence.
not
That's how you do.
supporting
No,
it.
the other day.
No.
That's how it
Let me
happened.
finish
Don't
my
say
point,
Nima,
Nima.
because I did not
Let me finish my
I did
point,
not
because
say
you
to
see
you
this thing-
one at a time.
go and beat
Nima,
a
let me
woman.
finish my point, because you see this thing we are talking like this is because the woman is still alive. Because from her own story, when I was speaking to her yesterday, she said thank God that she was not in her house. That imagine if she was at home, maybe she would have died. She actually thought she was going to die.
Okay, let me take this call from
It doesn't
Owolabi.
justify that.
Olabi, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Didn't the people protect
Mikey, I
her?
have a call. Hang in there, please. Olabi, are you there?
You see, one thing, I really don't support Mr. Gentry on this act. But the man has taken a lot. As in, Mrs. Sally, I think it's because Mercy. If you know what happened in Dubai just last year, I won't mention the guy name. They lodged upstairs, and this woman came downstairs. You can even check Instagram. The guy is my friend. But you see, one thing, the man has been a lenient man a lot. Because I think they took a picture, this and that, okay, this thing's not going to happen again. Just last year, in Dubai. But you see, Auntie Annie mentioned this earlier. I'm trying your number before until Yeni mentioned the Dubai trip or anything. This happened in Dubai more.
Okay.
That the man have to confront the guy that, come, I've been seeing your cousins and that. But you say,
all right, we can't confirm these stories, but thank you very much, Olabi, for your point. So, but these are things we can't confirm. Yes.
He says the man is his friend.
But we can't confirm. So we can't. It's his word against it.
I said that there are many angles to this story, and only God knows the truth. So let us put out all that we have heard. Let's imagine that all of them are even true.
Yes.
So she cheated on him. She too is accusing him of cheating. Right. With
different people, house girl.
So what in such a situation, the marriage has broken down, because fidelity, trust, love is the foundation of any marriage.
Right.
So Shebi, you can, and you know these days women are very empowered. We're educated, we have our own money. So if a man cheats on you the way our fathers used to do, you now look at him and say that I'm going to do the same. Is it right for a woman to do? We say no. Is it right for a man to then take actions based on these allegations, even if he finds his wife? I say no also. Right. There are other conflict resolution methods.
YK asked a question that you would not know what you would do.
I made a statement.
You made a statement. Sorry. That you will not know what you would do except you are in this situation. Me, I know what I will do.
You don't know.
I know, YK. I am talking from where I'm coming from.
She's talking from experience.
I know where I am coming from, so I know what I will do.
I know what you're talking about. I know.
And I will say to any woman or any man, because you see, what is annoying me in this issue is not the fact that he even beat her. It's the fact that men think it is okay for them to cheat. Imagine if every woman hold on, YK, let me finish my point. If every woman is beating a man because she finds out, that means there will not be any men will not be alive anymore. Because men cheat all the time.
Today so that women have also reacted to adultery in marriages. Women walking on their husbands with a girlfriend, boil water and bathe her with hot water.
You remember that lawyer in Ibadan?
That's what I am saying. That women, these things. See,
what of that woman?
We're talking about emotions here. Yeah. Provocation is where something happens enough for you to lose your self-control. And the law understands that emotion, that place.
Time of passion.
They will say when the passion cools. Do you understand? It is.
So, would it have been better if she had killed her?
No, we are not supporting it. We are not supporting it. We are understanding it. We are expressing now that
the law
should he beat her? If he cannot control the beating at the time when he saw it, that is what we are saying.
You see anything in this instance?
See, you said you encourage somebody please, she said she's talking from experience. Let me tell you, one thing that they completely destabilize you. You might even die. You might not even react. You enter the room and you find your husband on top of another man.
Jesus.
Pause. Do you know how you react? You don't know.
Okay. Pause. I have a call. Hang in there. I have a call. Shola, are you there?
Hey, kill on me, sir.
I'm here.
Shola, hang in there, YK. Shola, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Please go ahead. Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Okay. Please, I want to digress a bit. Please, in Ikorodu, I want to talk about these Bado people that are killing people. They are killing almost everybody in this Ikorodu, and it is not in the newspaper. Please, I know the Lagos State government is trying, and they are listening to you. Please talk to them. Is the government saying they can't handle all these Bado people? Can't they bring in police people? People are fleeing their house. They are killing people every day.
Ikorodu, right?
Please now, in Ibeche, please.
You've been getting a lot of stories on Ikorodu. We need to. I know the commissioner of police has come at some point to the breakfast show, but we'll try to look into it.
YK,
you have this.
And I'm saying, what if the other man is even your houseboy?
Wait, hold on. Let me tell you something. There's
I can't even talk again. So let's destabilize me for now.
Right. Okay.
She actually destabilized us, but we have to. The show must go on. The thing is, for me, because I know what I have on my inside, I don't have violence on my inside. So I cannot kill anybody. That is what I'm saying. I know who I am. The only thing I can do is walk away. That is it. I just walk away. You cannot tell me that I will now go and carry knife and kill somebody. I'm just telling you, YK.
Okay,
it is not in my nature. It is not in my nature.
Never say never.
Point taken.
It's not in my nature.
It's not in my nature too.
YK, we have to go on a break.
If you can slap somebody, you can kill somebody. I cannot slap somebody.
We have to go on a break. Hang in there, everybody, please. Hang in there.
I can slap too, but I don't know what I will do.
Mrs. Yanni Kuti, hang in there. We're going to go on a break. But first, we need to remember that I want a question. We know we've tried to answer it. It doesn't justify. domestic violence versus infidelity. Stay with us. Right now, I want to go to lessons learned. Actually, that's the next phase. What have we learned from this situation? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
That's it.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Welcome back. So let's take some tweets. Okay.
Abui G says, I believe and I know myself. I stand with Uwa. I don't know what I will, but certainly I will not go violent. Freeman says, the subtlety of women is unimaginable. What exactly is Mercy looking for by cheating? Bassi King says, cheating justifies domestic abuse because it involves a lack of respect. Garth George says, cheating does not justify domestic abuse. Cheating justifies divorce.
Victoria Onoreji says that a woman is cheating doesn't mean she should be beaten and battered. Instead, file for a divorce and let her go. Ifoma says, do you get jailed for adultery or domestic violence, Sally? The mind is naturally wicked. You never know what act will trigger the action. Someone says, YK is right. That's Gabriel. YK is right. You cannot predict a reaction until the action happens. Every circumstance has its peculiarity. Fortune Joy says, I think everyone put up valid points here.
Right.
The answer is no. But that adrenaline rush is always there.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't want to take tweets because I taking tweets will take away from my mouth, because before we came on, I was asking to the two of them some questions. But if you are confronted with this, both of them did not know how they will react to.
Okay, all right.
I am talking from experience, because when I was your age and very, I would say never. When I was confronted with the situation, it was a different meal, and I did not understand myself too.
Okay, let me take more tweets.
And I'm not a murderer.
Okay. Mikey Laham says, promiscuous or not, the man has no right to beat Mercy like that, and you should have given her a divorce instead of giving her a beating. Arabella says, nope, being a victim, a gentleman just walks away. But ladies, not sure of her reaction, no. Okay. Yusuf says, Jumoke, most women can only scream and shout at their cheating partners, but men are quick to go violent in the same situation. I want to take my next point from here.
Lessons learned.
Lessons learned. Women are verbal, men are physical.
That one that killed the husband, that one that removed the husband's this thing in America, Laura Bobbitt.
So
what?
most women confronted
I say most, don't say all.
Most women confronted with infidelity would only shout. You get angry, you will abuse his father. All the things that you know that will pain him, because we are not physical naturally. It's when you get to another level or you've taken something. But men, they cannot talk. When you're having a decent argument with your partner, most men are quiet. They are unable to talk as much as women can. They're not wired like that. So men would go violent. What we need to do in any volatile situation is to
whether
separate.
He's violent or not.
All right.
Or
So
whether he talks or not.
Let me separate. They're coming.
I won't say lessons learned. First of all, I'm happy because speaking to Mercy, at least she understood who she was dealing with. So that's why probably nobody heard anything over the years, because she understands that, any little thing he flips. So she tries to keep quiet. But I think lessons learned is that don't let it stay. Don't let it linger. If you have somebody that is violent, if the person is willing to take on anger management classes with a professional, then you can now separate for a time. I don't believe that marriage is a do or die affair. If it is not working, it is not working. Have your separate time and see how you can fix each other, outside of yourselves. Then also, if at all the allegations for monetary issues, like the issues that say that, okay, his business went down and he's not doing as much as he was doing before. If there are issues like that, definitely any man in that situation will always feel like his ego will feel that insecurity. So your job as a woman is to continue to make sure he
feels like a king.
You boost his ego to make him feel like a king. Do you understand? So sometimes women also at that point, we need to be careful the kind of words that we speak around those kind of people, because at any man at that stage can actually
is vulnerable.
Yes, is vulnerable to violence.
You already have a standard he met you on.
Yes. Yeah.
You're already a known face.
Yes.
And you want, now it's for you, it's in your own interest to keep that standard.
Then thirdly,
but for your family's interest, at that moment, things are down.
We need to
Excuse me,
also,
can I talk? You have been talking since. We have not learned. No, I want to talk.
Why
my own lessons learned If I want to cheat on my husband, I will leave his house. One.
If the man wants to cheat YK too, he should leave the house. You are saying leave the house.
Who has the physical violence? Who has the energy? Who has the power? The man.
Yes.
So if you know you want to cheat your husband, you know he can beat you.
They will not be married if left again, YK. If
So
you say
the
leave
man,
the house.
the man should stay. He wants to cheat. But the woman, because she's weak, she should go out.
Listen, if the woman cannot take the man cheating, she too should leave.
That's all.
Okay.
Leave him. If he's cheating, he's harassing you and boss, I'm out.
All right.
Finish.
Let me come to Nima. Nima,
Okay, lessons learned for me.
Lessons learned, yeah.
For me. Marriage is certainly not a do or die affair, but it is 100%. 100% in regards that when you're married, you have to be a woman of unquestionable character. Your word should be your word. If you're in Dubai, be in Dubai. Right. If you want to change from Dubai to China, make a call. I am leaving Dubai to China. Don't let somebody be feeding your husband gossip about your whereabouts. Right. Let your ways be transparent. Let your husband have 100, no doubt, 100% and 10%, 110% to trust you. Right. Reasons to trust you, please. It is important in marriage because you see what lies do. Over the years, like they said in the first instance in 2013, people were saying, because people will feed him because you are not open enough. That's one. Number two, provocation. Yes, it absorbs, it's a criminal defense, but it is not total in cases of murder. You don't have any reason to beat any woman to death. And when it is a manslaughter, you go to jail.
Okay.
So please.
Like that woman that killed her husband in Ibadan. She's on trial. Still in prison. Laura Bobbitt that removed her husband's this thing. So in America.
What I've heard over and over from all the women on the table today is that marriage is not a do or die affair. But when a woman is single and she's dating a man that she thinks, this one, no, he will beat me, and she says, no, I'm not going to get married, it is the same women who will judge her. Yeah. She's not good enough. That's why nobody has not married her. It's the societal pressure that I want to live one kind of life that is fake, that is making women to marry the wrong men. Divorce is rife. It is striving today because the society is pressurizing women to make the wrong decisions in marriage. Right. Let's allow women be women and be happy wherever they are.
We have to round up, okay? We can't go there. I like that angle because the foundation is always the beginning and the end of this situation. Who you marry is important. The woman of integrity, a man of integrity, that you know that your word is your bond, and this is somebody that you know you can trust 100%. But my own final words on this for women is that in every situation, you see, we're in this social media age where you can actually keep information. You see, all this he did, she said, he said. When things happen, for me, as they happen, document it. Because you need these things even for your own sake, for your children. Because tomorrow you say, I'm walking out of this marriage. Maybe he beat you in 2010. Document, let it be. I mean, I'm not saying that it's okay to beat you. I'm just saying, but in every situation, have it documented such that even though you've resolved it, sweetheart, what you did this morning hurt me because of this is documented. Even send an email. The point is that tomorrow is not that, oh, he just started beating me. There's something you can hold on to and present in the court of law that lets you to be justified, to at least go with something. You have a case. So don't just say, I'm taking it like that, I'm managing like that. Women must be smart, use your sixth sense. Create an email address, something. But always protect yourself. Also, and once your husband is getting violent, leave the situation.
Thank you. Because what I wanted to say was that don't be ashamed at any point to say, I have tried, I have endured. Because people are saying, why is she just coming out now? Right. Any point, if you have stayed there 20 years, he's been beating you, you've been quiet. The day you decide that, don't be ashamed. Right. Nobody will criticize you or crucify you for that.
That's all we can take on the show.
Don't cheat on your husband too.
Don't cheat on your wife too.
Don't beat your wife or husband.
Don't beat your wife.
That's all we can take on the show. Hope you got some lessons from this conversation. That's all we can take. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.